Good evening, high school basketball fans. It's March Madness, and I welcome you to tonight's broadcast of Northview Wildcat basketball. Today's District 9 matchup between the 7th rated in the state and OK White back-to-back champs, the Northview Wildcats, and the 7 and 16 Yellow Jackets of Greenville. Postseason is here. Districts. Hello, everyone. I'm Mike Diebel, and I welcome you to the pregame show. Glad you could join us today. Wildcats of Northview are trying to win back-to-back league titles and district titles for the first time in school history. The Cats have already won back-to-back league championships as Coach Chana and the Wildcats look for back-to-back district titles for only the fourth time in school history. I'd like to bring in my guest analyst tonight, former coach at Northview, Mike Kaputska. Mike, March Madness is upon us. My favorite time of the year. It's win or go home. That sudden ending or moving on is what makes the tournament so special.
Well, this is what it's all about here, and especially as a coach, and team, you're working all year long to build up to this week, hopefully for the start of something special. And last year, it was just a magical time for the Northview team and the community and Coach Chana, and you just never know what's going to happen in state tournament time, and you've seen so many times where teams have gotten upset, and it's just a wonderful time of the year, and looking forward to this week. And it's not that easy because this is a really strong district with some solid teams, and 4 that are left in this district, so should be a really exciting week.
And when we come back, we'll take a look at the scouting reports for both teams, also have a Coach Chana interview, and much more on the LVZ Financial pregame show. LVC Financial. Call former Northview grad Ryan Vanderswart and his team at LVZ Financial at 616-394-4994 for all your financial planning needs. LVZ has a hometown atmosphere with the horsepower of a larger firm. Call Ryan for his 25 years of experience or his team today for all your financial planning needs at 616-394-4994. And thank you for your support of Northview Athletics. The Yellow Jackets were on a 6-game losing streak before ending that with a 1-point overtime win versus Forest Hills Northern at Forest Hills Northern Monday night in the opener of districts. Greenville has lost 17 games in a row to the Wildcats, though, dating back to the 2015-16 season 8 years ago. That's the last time Greenville has beaten Northview. Greenville playing much better this season, even though they have a very young team. Their best player, Trevor Zamaron, has been nursing a bad ankle for a good portion of the season. Jackets are led by head coach Joel Visser in his first year, replacing Corey Kohler, who was at the helm at Greenville basketball for the last 5 years. Greenville's record 7 and 16. They're 1 and 13. They finished last place in the OK White. Offensively, they average 49 points per game. That's 9 better than they did last year. Defensively, they average holding teams to 51 points per game. That's 21 points better than they were the previous year for a plus 30 scoring differential, the difference between last year and this year. So a much better team this year, and we'll talk about a little bit about that, how they play more man defense. Even against Northview, they have played man defense against them. And their kind of time of possession that they take care of the basketball also adds to the low scoring games. Seems to be working for them. Key players, junior number 4 guard Trevor Zamaron, the best scorer, 3-year varsity player, has had game scoring of 31, 24, and 17 this season. He can fill it up. Scored 28 points versus Northview last year as a sophomore. Had 5 points the first game versus Northview, and the second game he added 8. As I mentioned, nursing an ankle injury. Junior number 43, Caleb Clements, First game against Northview, he scored 7 points. The second game, he had 6. So combine that, he's tied for the leading scorer with them. Sophomore number 2, Braylon Haste, 3 points per game. He got 3 points in the first game versus Northview, got 4 in the second game. And then junior number 5, Ben Hutchinson, the first game was tied for leading scorer with 7 for Greenville. 2 points he had the second game. And then senior number 3, Marco Fontanella, an exchange student for them, is playing very well. He had 7 points that first game at Northview, which was tied for the leading scorer with Hutchinson. And then second game he had 5. The bench, Zeke Robinette, a sophomore, 6 points the first game against Northview, 1 point the second game. Also, Mike Lindquist, a freshman, scored 5 points versus Northview in that first game, had 2 in the second game. And Jackson Ingalls, a sophomore, will also play, but did not score in either game. Northview has beaten the Jackets already twice this season. First game was at Northview as the Cats won 70-44. Second game versus Greenville at Greenville, Northview won an ugly one, low-scoring game just about a week ago. It was the last game of the regular season. Northview won 41-28. This Jacket team, a very young team, 1 senior, 4 sophomore, and a freshman, with 6 juniors, and are being led with a first-year head coach, Greenville's Joel Visser. So doing a very good job. Much improved over the last few years as they have a 30-point better scoring differential I just mentioned, offensively and defensively, especially picking things up. The patient style of offense, limiting possessions, digging in defensively, playing a lot of man, and rebounding better also. Coach Kaputska, you've had some close calls versus Greenville over the years in your career, especially in district play. I remember a game.
Yeah, there was, we were just talking. There's a couple of memories that stick out. Greenville was really strong back 2011 and 12 and had great rivalry with Northview. And we were just talking. They came in to Northview 18-0 and had won the league that year. A really strong team, and we had a strong team with Darren Kaputska and Kevin Rich, and beat them and for their first loss, and turned around 13 days later and beat them in districts in the first round of districts. So that was quite a win that night. And then also I was thinking back in 2019, and Greenville had finished at the bottom of the league, and they were a pretty solid team though, and they really had us beat, I think, that Monday of district week. It was over at Greenville, and young man, freshman by the name of Kyler Vanderjack, hit a 3. Everybody remembers the district final against Forest Hills Northern, where he hit the big 3 to send into overtime, but we would have never been there if it wasn't for Kyler on Monday night, because we were down, I think, with a minute to go, and he hit a 3 to put us up and carried us through, and ended up winning the district, beating the undefeated Northern team that week. So there's been some great rivalry games with Greenville, in the last 10, 15 years. So you just never know what's going to happen.
You never know. That's why they call it March Madness. And let's now take a look at the Northview Wildcats. Under head coach David Channa in his 4th season, his overall record 64-21, a 753 winning percentage, second all time at Northview. 3 wins away. If he gets 3 in a row, he will surpass Jim Ogilvie as the percentage leader in games won at Northview. Assistant coaches Trevor Chalmers, Jeff Anima, Derek Brooks, and Carter Bowles. The JV coach Tim Felix, freshman coach Matt Hansen. Northview's 18-4, 7th in the state. 12-2, they won it all. First place, 2 games over Grand Rapids Christian. Only losses to Northview is to number 2 in the state, Cass Tech, Lowell, Warren Lincoln, who's state rated number 2 in the state in Division II, and East Grand Rapids. 3 of those losses, Lowell, Warren Lincoln, and East, 3 in a row. Offensive average for Northview, they average 53 points a game, give up 43 a game for a plus 10 scoring average. That 43 a game defensively is on pace for a school record, the record they broke just last year at 46.4. So 3 points better defensively this year. Cats are led by junior point guard E.J. Ryans, 10 points per game, 3 rebounds per game. He's got a 2-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio. Freshman Cam Ryans, leading scorer for the Wildcats as a freshman, 12 points per game, tied with the leading rebounder for average-wise for Northview at 6 a game. One of the best freshmen in the area, very versatile basketball player. 6'4" senior Tyron Thomas, 9 points per game, also 6 rebounds per game, shoots it at a 55% clip from the field, and that's because he gets a lot of dunks. 6'5" senior Parker Swartz, 9 points per game, 4 rebounds per game. He's got the most made threes on the team with 32, shoots it at a respectable 30% clip, and he's also the leading shot blocker on this Northview team with 20 block shots. And Brady Swartz, a sophomore, Parker's brother, 6'3" sophomore, 6 points per game, 3 rebounds per game, good free throw shooter. Brady only a sophomore. So you got the Ryans brothers and the Swartz brother, 80% of the starting lineup, 2 families. And then they'll come off the bench with 6'3" senior Jake Zerna, 5 points per game, shoots it at a 64% clip. And they had some depth there with Max Haveman, David Snow, Alex Armstrong, and Josh Torres. Terrell Jefferson still out with his foot injury. The championship game versus Grand Rapids Christian played 12 days ago. Northview clinched the OK White Championship by 2 games over second place Grand Rapids Christian. Cats won by 2, 51-49. They were led by freshman Cam Ryans, 20 points. Probably played the best game of the year. So Brady Swartz added 11, E.J. Ryans added 10. Eagles were led by Dono Timms with 13. Jalen Owinga added 12. Both teams played well as both shot just under 50% from the field and very few turnovers. 12 combined with the 2 teams, so it was excellent, pretty much championship basketball game. Cats win back-to-back OK White championships for only the second time in school history. Last game Northview played was last Thursday at Greenville. That's who they play tonight, obviously. Cats won 41-28. Northview was led by freshman Cam Ryans, the 14. Ty Thomas had 13. Northview ended up 12-2 in the league. 2 teams were a combined 2 of 24 from behind the arc. Some woeful shooting in that ball game. Greenville was 0 of 12, did not hit a 3. Northview had 2 of them. Northview had 11 offensive rebounds in that game. The Cats, with the win tonight, will be on a 7-game win streak for the second time this year, their 2 longest win streaks of the year. Earlier, I talked with head coach David Channa. Thought you might like to hear what he had to say about today's game. I'm here with head coach of the Northview Wildcats, David Channa. Coach, you're coming off your back-to-back championships, league championships, with the big win at Grand Rapids Christian, and then you won at Greenville. And speaking of Greenville, that's who you're going to meet in your first game in districts. You are in semifinals. You had the number 1 bye, the number 1 seed in the district. So you meet Greenville, and you just played them, and they're playing well. Talk about Greenville.
Yeah, Greenville, I think they're one of the more improved teams we've seen, just not just in our league, but the area. They've got a bunch of young guys that are tough and competitive. They don't care what you look like, what your record is. They're going to bring it every night. Their point guard play is solid, too. They've got, the Hayes kid, number 2, Zamarian, number 4. Both can handle the basketball. Both make open shots. So they've got a couple nice pieces, and they do have a foreign exchange student as well, number 3, who had a great game against Forest Hills North first round playoffs. So, they've got all the pieces, and they're a team that's heavily relying on the threes, and if they get going from deep, they can beat anybody on any night. So, we definitely have our work cut out for us. I like our mindset right now going into this game. Our kids are really locked in. So, we'll see what happens, as they say.
As you mentioned, in their first round game, Greenville beat Forest Hills Northern. It was a close game all the way. They ended up winning it at the end. And
Your thoughts, let's talk offensively. What do you guys need to do offensively? Last time you guys have played, even the last couple times you guys have played, it's been more of a low-scoring game. They kind of hang on to the basketball, limit the possession. So what do you guys got to do offensively to score some points?
I think a couple thoughts there. I think even though the points were less, if you look at our efficiency numbers, they were still up there. Just because we were executing on the possessions that we have. One of their best defenses is their offense, and they'll play slow and they'll try and pass it for a minute and catch you sleeping and take advantage of you that way and shorten the game. So, offensively, I think just make sure that we execute no matter how long it takes. Just be efficient offensively and make sure you're scoring. And then on the other hand, too, is, we like to score off our defense. So pinning our ears back, denying passes in the perimeter, not letting them run what they want to run, and try and get a couple steals and deflections for some easy ones can help us as well.
All right, Coach. Well, good luck tonight.
Thanks for the time, Coach. Appreciate it.
And that was head coach David Channer of the Northview Wildcats. Some Northview basketball history was made this year's team, and more can be made. This year's team was only the second time Northview won back-to-back league championships, 22 and 23 seasons, as well as a three-peat there was in Northview. There was a 84, 85, 86. Northview won their only three-peat in school history. 84 and 85 was under Jim Ogilvie. 86 was under Dwight Anderson, but the only three-peat in Northview history. Now going for back-to-back districts for only the fourth time in school history. In 89-90, Dwight Anderson and myself won back-to-back districts. In 97-98, Rob Roloffs and Ken Clemens. And then in 02-03, Mike Kaputska won back-to-back districts. Mike Kaputska, the only coach to win back-to-back district titles, as well as he's got the most district titles in 4 in school history. He has the longest longevity in coaching, 12 years at Northview, off and on, wasn't right in a row. Trevor Chalmers with 8 years coaching at Northview, and I'm third longevity with 5. A lot of coaches at Northview coached between 2 and 4 years for many, many, many years. Coach Channa can do it this year. 2 coaches had back-to-back league titles. David Channa, 22 and 23, and Jim Ogilvie, 84, 85. Never a three-peat in districts or a three-peat league championship by the same coach. Next year, maybe. Only 3 coaches ever to win a conference and district title in the same year. Dwight Anderson did it twice, 86 and 89. Coach Channa did it in 22, looking to do it this year. Mike Kaputska did it in 2006. Coach can tie Dwight Anderson with 2 with the district title this year. Mike Kaputska leads, as I mentioned, with 4 district titles, 02, 03, 06, and 19. Northview's hottest time for the basketball program in school history arguably was probably 84 to 89, as they won 4 titles in 6 years, had 5 titles in 9 years between 84 and 92. There's only been 9 titles in school history, so more than half the titles in school history in those 9 years between 84 and 92. I was fortunate enough to be on staff for all but 2 of those titles. We could be in the midst of one of those historical times for the program right now. When we come back, we'll talk more about the pregame show and some other things going on in districts from around the area. You're listening to Mike Kaputska, Mike Diebold on the call tonight. Frames Unlimited with many locations. The nearest on Plainfield. Northview grad Kyle Zimdar and longtime Northview supporter Bill Zimdar will provide you with the quality work for all your picture framing needs. Check out their website at framesunlimited.com or call their Grand Rapids North store on Plainfield at 616-364-9529. Frames Unlimited. Let's take a look at who won league titles from around the area here. In the red, it was East Kentwood, the OK White, Northview. In the gold, they had a tie, Catholic Central and South Christian. OK Green, Muskegon won it. In the OK Blue, Hamilton. And in the silver, Kelvin Christian. And the Alliance League was Wyoming Lee. District games in Division I. After our game, Rockford will play Lowell right here at Rockford. The Giant Killers Lowell, as they have upset some teams this year. At Zeeland East, Zeeland West versus Granville. At Middleville, East Kentwoods versus Ottawa Hills. And East Grand Rapids versus Byron Center, a couple of OK White foes. And at Cooperville is going against Reese Puffer. And in Muskegon is going against Grand Rapids Union. In Division 2 at Godwin, Catholic Centrals versus Hudsonville Unity Christian. Wyoming Lee is playing Godwin Heights. And at Forest Hills Eastern is going against Grand Rapids Christian. And at Hamilton, it's Hamilton versus 17-5 South Haven. So those are some of the better district games going on tonight. The Associated Press final top 25 for the state of Michigan was out Tuesday in Division 1. Brother Rice ends up number 1. Number 2 was Detroit Cass Tech, a team Northview got beat by early in the season. Muskegon, a team in the area, finished 5th, and Northview finished 7th. The only 2 area West Michigan teams in Division 1 finishing in the top 20, Muskegon 5, Northview 7. In Division 2, number 1 was Warren Lincoln, a team Northview played. Probably the best team I saw play. I did not see that Cass Tech game. They are number 1 in Division 2. Number 3 is South Christian, a team that Northview beat. And number 5 is Grand Rapids Christian, a team Northview beat twice. And then number 9, Catholic Central. Again, that's the final Associated Press top 25. It's the Cats versus the Jackets. Starting lineups, opening tip are next. Nationwide Insurance. Call Northview grad Shane Saraki for all your insurance needs. Shane, a late 80s Northview grad, can help you with all your insurance needs. Call Shane at Nationwide Insurance at 678-634-6870. And thanks for your support of Northview Athletics. Team IT provides computer repair, IT services, networking, and more to the Grand Rapids area. They are located at 5234 Plainfield Avenue, Suite B. Contact owners Sam and Brady, DU grads, at 616-591-3139 for all your business and residential computer needs. Stop in or call Team IT for a free diagnostic test. Jarash Heating and Cooling. Call them at 616-647-0084 for all your heating and cooling needs. They are located just off West River Drive in Comstock Park. Ryan and Dave Jarash have owned this local company for over 40 years. Call them for all your heating and cooling needs. And we are back at Rockford High School, the site of District 9 basketball. We're at the semifinal game here, Northview versus Greenville. We're going to turn things over to the public address announcer here at Rockford for the starting lineups and the national anthem.
It's game time. Time for both teams to give us their best effort on the court and for everyone, players, coaches, and fans, to give us their best sportsmanship. Remember, nothing beats good sportsmanship. Ladies and gentlemen, the privilege of this event was made possible by those who have fought and continue to fight for the freedoms we all enjoy. Let us now honor and respect their efforts and our country. Civilian gentlemen, please remove your hats. All veterans, we encourage you to render the appropriate salute. And everyone able, please stand at attention, placing your hand over your heart as we proudly sing our national anthem.
And in case you couldn't hear, Greenville will be starting Braylon Haste, a sophomore, Marco Fontanella, a senior, Trevor Zamaron, a junior, Zeke Robinette, a sophomore, and Caleb Klenitz, a senior. Cats with their usual starters, Parker Swartz, a senior, Tyron Thomas, a senior, E.J. Ryans, a junior, Cam Ryans, a freshman, and Brady Swartz, a sophomore. Cats in the Yellow Jackets about ready to tip it off here at Rockford High School District 9 basketball semifinals. And we're off, and Greenville is going to win the tip. And the basketball is in Haste hand, running the point for the Wildcat, or for Greenville. They get it over to Clements, toss inside. Tyron Thomas knocks it away as Robinette tried to get the ball inside to a shuffle cut to Clements, knocked away by Thomas. And it'll be underneath their own basket is Greenville. Greenville gets the ball inbounds, out of bounds play against the man defense. Zamaron drives baseline, gets the first 2 points of the game. Trevor Zamaron, the 3-year varsity player at Greenville. Greenville draws first blood. They got here by beating Forest Hills Northern on Monday night. 55-54, a barn burner, close game at Forest Hills Northern. That game was. Thomas against a 2-3 zone being deployed by Greenville. Thomas inside now, a little 6-footer off the board, can't get it to go, and the Yellow Jackets come away with the basketball.
It's interesting to see Greenville in that zone. Didn't you say, Coach, they played man
They
mainly?
play man a lot.
And a lot of coaches will do that. They'll save that for the tournament. Change.
They're getting over and back call. A little sloppy play right there by Greenville. Miscommunication. They threw the ball over the backcourt. Almost saved it, but they said foot was on the line. So after the Greenville turnover, Northview will have it. Cats down 2-0, have not scored yet. 6:50 left in the first quarter. Mike Kaputska, Mike Diebold on the call for you tonight. Semifinal District 9 basketball. Winner will move on and play the winner of Rockford versus Lowell, which is right after this game. Brady Swartz, 3 is short, no good.
Greenville playing man-to-man that possession.
Greenville comes away with the basketball. They will walk it across the timeline. Greenville with a 2-point lead, have shut the Wildcats out here in the first 2 minutes of this ball game. They've been playing much better defense this year. Zamaron from 3 lets it fly, is short. Parker Swartz will come down with the rebound for the Wildcats. Parker on the push, gives it up now to Cam Ryans. Cam back to Parker. They try to get inside to Thomas, and they do. Back out to Parker. Parker drills a 3. Good to see. Parker Swartz knocks down the 3. Cats take the lead 3-2.
Coach, that's going to be a key to Northview in this tournament. Can they hit that outside shot? Because a lot of teams will be packing it in on them, making them beat them from the outside. So it's good to see right off.
I agree with you. When Northview can hit that 3 ball, they are tough to beat. Shot is blocked by Swartz as a baseline drive by Haste gets blocked. Northview comes away with it. Parker at the other end shoots another 3. Got it. Parker Swartz on fire early here.
I think Northview relying on that great defense, and then Parker hitting those 3s. That's a good way to get off that goose egg that first couple minutes.
Parker, a Malone University commit, just signed his letter of intent I believe it was yesterday, if not today. I think it was yesterday I saw it. That is a Division II school out of Ohio. Backdoor cut. And another turnover. Thomas is going to steal as they were trying to get the ball inside to Fontanella. Quickly the other way, an assist. And Parker Swartz is going to score it. He's got 8. He's got all of 8 Northview points. And the Cats lead at 8-2 early on here. 8-0 run by Northview. Baseline drive. Parker Swartz is going to foul as he clobbered Clements on the arm on the drive.
Yeah,
check that. That was Robinette.
Parker right there, didn't quite move his feet to cut off that baseline, and he was able to get by him and fouled him on the shot.
Zeke Robinette going to the free throw line, the sophomore. A little short on the first free throw was Zeke. Nearly airballed that one, just barely drew rim. So Greenville scores the first 2 on a Zamarin baseline drive. And then missed both free throws, did Robinette. Northview on an 8-0 run. They lead at 8-2. Cam Ryans has the basketball, gets in the lane, kicks out to Parker. Parker's going to shoot another. All fire, no good. Going to get a push off. His brother Brady trying to get his brother's offensive rebound. Said he shoved underneath, and so foul on Brady Swartz, his first, and Greenville have the basketball. Max Haveman ready to check in for the Wildcats. Entering the ball game for Greenville, who just entered the game, Jackson Ingalls, a sophomore. Ingalls has the basketball right now. Hands it off to Haste, the sophomore. Backdoor, Zamaron. Zamaron misses a little 6-footer. Cam Ryans comes down with the rebound. Cam gets to his brother EJ. EJ baseline drive, gets cut off. Shot is up and scores it, and he's fouled. EJ Ryans with the bucket. He'll be going to the free throw line looking for the and one.
Just love the way that Northview feeds off their defense or that long rebound and pushes the ball off the floor. Great drive there by EJ.
Jackson Ingalls with that foul, his first, the team's second. Timeout is taken by Joel Visser of Greenville as he doesn't like this 10-0 run by the Wildcats. Could be an 11-0 run if the 74% free throw shooter EJ Ryans can knock it down. I want to give my first shout out here in this ball game, as Eric Kind I see here at the ball game. Some of these people listen in quite a bit. I see Jim Rex across the way, Steve Sharphorn, former Northview teachers. But Sue Kinney drove all the way in from Pennsylvania and is feeling under the weather, so couldn't make it to the game. So she's listening in. Sue Kinney, I hope you get better real soon. Hopefully you're better by Friday night. If Northview can win here, they'll play Friday night against the Rockford Lowell winner. But Sue Kinney, a former teacher of Coach Channa at Kennewa Hills. And I know she's listening in right now. Would love to have been to the game, but came all the way from Pennsylvania to see this one. Hopefully she can make it Friday night feeling better. Get better, Sue. EJ Ryans to the free throw line. In and out, can't get it to go. Ryans with the miss, and the Yellow Jackets will have the basketball. They scored the first 2 points of the ball game pretty quickly, and now we've just passed the 4-minute mark, and they have not scored since. Baseline is cut off by Clements. He couldn't get, now backs it back out. Clements spin dribble, almost turns it over. Good defense by Parker Swartz, and we're going to get a whistle. We're going to get a travel call. Looks like Clements, as the handoff was given off, the exchange, they traveled.
Well, it looks like Northview has taken Greenville out of their offensive rhythm. They really looked out of sync there in that possession. EJ just kind of holding the ball just past midcourt, directing traffic. Northview's going to get in a 1-4 right across the free throw, a high 1-4 set. Now they move it down low a little bit. Max Haben's going to come out high pick and roll with Parker Swartz. Gets it over to brother Brady, left wing. Brady is going to dribble drive to the point. Gets it over to E.J. Ryans on the left wing. E.J. trying to dribble, penetrate, can't get anywhere. Brady is going to launch a three. Air ball, way off. Not sure the shot selection. That was a deep three by Brady. Greenville comes away with the rebound. They swinging around the perimeter. Zamaron has it. He dribble drives. Shot is up. A lot of contact, no call. Could have been a call right there. Zamaron doesn't get it. Northview comes away with the basketball. Tyron Thomas in the open court. They're a little shake and bakes. Going to get called for a travel before he put the basketball down. So a little sloppy here as of late. Some air balls, some turnovers. District time as you get in these bigger crowds, of which we have a good one here tonight. Kids get a little nervous. Yeah, it's, just got to settle in a little bit. Northview, I think, being a more experienced team.
Basket is made. Zamaron, the assist. Fontanella with the left-handed finish. He is left-handed. Nice find by Zamaron. Nice finish by Fontanella, the exchange student for Greenville.
And teams will take advantage of Northview's overplay and denial, and they did a backdoor cut right there. And then right there, Northview turns it over again, shuffling his feet before he puts the ball down is Brady Swartz.
Brady gets called with the turnover. Jake Zerna is going to enter the ball game, coming in for Parker Swartz. Coach Channa giving Brady a little encouragement there after the air ball, then the travel. Sophomore, he says, work through it, on to the next play. There goes Fontanella, dribble drives, kicks out to Clements for an open three. A deep three, couldn't get it to go. Tyron Thomas with the rebound for the Cats. Brady Swartz dribble drives. He's going to turn it over again. A lot of contact, no call. Back-to-back turnovers for Brady. Zerna comes over, consoles him, says let's get it going. Max Haven entering the ball game. I have a feeling I know who this one's coming in for.
Yeah, Brady just needs to settle down a little bit. You know, he pump faked on that three right there. I like the idea of him punching through that, but just got himself into a little bit of traffic there.
Jackets will have the basketball. Northview with the 6-point lead, 10-4, minute 50 left in the first quarter. Zamaron from three, no good, in and out. That was halfway down. We're going to get a whistle way away from the basketball as Fontanella ran over Max Haveman. Way away from the basketball, way behind, trailing the play in the backcourt. And Fontanella is going to get the foul.
He's a good sized kid along with Clements. They're good sized.
Yeah, it's helped their rebounding. Last couple of years, they've just been guard-oriented, all guards, not many big people, and their size have helped them defensively, especially this year.
It's interesting, Greenville went zone that first possession. They've been man since.
Thomas with a little shake and bake move. Trevor Zamaron has to foul him as Zamaron's first foul. Team's third. Both teams have 3 team fouls. Minute 28 left. E.J. Ryans has the basketball. Northview with a 6-point lead, 10-4. Haveman gets it over left wing Thomas. Zerna top of the key. He's going to dribble drive. Tries to get in the lane. Might have got away with the travel. No, he didn't. Official on it. And the Wildcats, a lot of turnovers in their offensive sets.
Yeah, 4 turnovers here in the last 2 to 3 minutes. You know, credit Greenville's defense too. I mean, they look very well coached, in position, handling the ball screens real well.
Zerna out of the ball game. Parker Swartz back into the game. So you got Swartz, Thomas, the Ryans brothers, and Max Haveman for the Wildcats. Zamaron has the basketball, being checked by the much taller 6'4" Tyron Thomas, putting some length on their leading scorer. Stays off him a little bit. And so Zamaron, now we get a high pick and roll, just kind of playing around with the basketball top of the key. Now he dribble drives, blows by, gets the finish with the left. Trevor Zamaron lulled him to sleep, blew by him, and got the left-handed layup. 10-6, Cats up 4 with the basketball. Going to get a Fontanella foul, getting a little aggressive inside.
He's definitely pushing Tyron Thomas, you know, down there on that low block, and he's going to get that call every time.
Thank you. E.J. Ryans has the basketball now, gets it to Parker Swartz. Parker misses a left-handed 4-footer, got a really good look, hit the back iron, came out. Cats lead it by 4, 10-6, 25 seconds left. Greenville is going to hold it for the last shot. They look a little 4-corner offense right here. Zamaron has the basketball, now hands it off to Haste, sophomore. Very young squad here at Greenville. They're all going to be back except the exchange student. Fontanella, he's a senior. Have a good team next year. Zamaron gets his shot blocked by E.J. Ryans as the buzzers. He tried to put up a 3. E.J. right there to block it. And the Cats are going to take a 10-6 first quarter lead. Come on back.
Emergencies to protect the lives and property of Michigan citizens. If you are interested in learning more about the guard,
LVC Financial. Call former Northview grad Ryan Vanderswart and his team at LVZ Financial at 616-394-4994 for all your financial planning needs. LVZ has a hometown atmosphere with the horsepower of a larger firm. Call Ryan for his 25 years of experience or his team today for all your financial planning needs at 616-394-4994. And thank you for your support of Northview Athletics.
And we're back here at Rockford High School, District 9 semifinal. Northview versus Greenville, 10-6. Northview leads it. Greenville got up 2-0. Northview ran off 10 in a row and then hasn't scored since. And Greenville scored 4 more, so we got a 10-6 ball game. Parker Swartz, 8 of Northview's 10, and Zamaron, 4 of the 6 points for Greenville. What's the shooting percentages looking like over there, Coach?
It looks like overall Northview's 4 for 9, helps out 2 for 4. You know, they didn't shoot the ball last week well from 3 at Greenville, but 2 for 4 to start with Parker, and then Greenville's 3 for 10.
E.J. Ryans will have the basketball for the Wildcats. Brady Swartz back in there. Starters for the Wildcats back in here to start the second quarter against the 2-3 zone that has been played by Greenville most of this ball game. Shot inside. Cam Ryans gets it to go. Swartz with the assist. Nice find. Cam Ryans with the finish inside his first 2 points.
Yeah, that's a great touch right there in that mid post. And we've only seen Cam get the ball, I think, once inside. And that's a good inside out, open things up for the rest of the team.
Cam is leading scorer for the Wildcats at 12 points per game. Has not got many touches in this ball game, as you mentioned, inside. We'll see if they're going to him a little bit more in this quarter. Zamaron has the basketball as Greenville kind of playing around with it in the perimeter. Mike Lindquist, the freshman, just into the ball game. He hands it off to Haste. Hayes is going to get called for a turnover, so that possession where they try to lull you to sleep, take some time off the clock, they end it in a turnover, does Greenville.
Well, it looks like their philosophy offense is to spread out Northview's high-pressure defense and make them guard the entire half court. Makes it a little bit tougher when you're overplaying and pressuring.
Northview swinging around the perimeter against the 2-3 zone. Cam Ryans now has it, gets it top of the key. Parker. Left side, right side, E.J. Ryans, right in front of Greenville's bench. He's going to dribble drive. And as he drove baseline, Caleb Clements trying to cut the baseline off, bumped him. His first foul, the team's 5th.
Like Greenville's defense, whether in that zone or man-to-man, they're doing a good job of packing the lane. And if Northview gets by that first defender, there's 1 or 2 guys that are ready for him.
Cam Ryans lets a 3 fly. Got it. E.J. Ryans with the assist from the out-of-bounds play. And Cam Ryans knocks down the 3, and he's the second leading scorer in his last 2 shots. He's got 5, does Cam. 15-6. Cats up 9, biggest lead of the ball game. And a turnover trying to get it inside. Greenville trying to get a post feed, turns it over. And the Wildcats looking to get a double-digit lead on Greenville here.
Cam Ryans doing it on both ends right there, down on that post with the front right there and force the errant pass down on the post.
EJ has it right wing. Parker top of the key to Brady left wing as they swing it side to side. Northview getting a lot of touches. Haven't really probed the inside as it's been all perimeter passing, swinging it from side to side. Now they get inside to Thomas. He kicks it back out. EJ opens things up. Parker could have had a 3, decided not to. Swings it around. EJ probes the defense. Little floater. Got it from 8 feet out. Good patience by the Wildcats right now. And EJ with the nice floater in the lane.
Boy, I loved their offense right there. They moved the ball really well, got a short corner touch, and then EJ did a great job punching the gap.
17-6, Cats, turnover. Cam knocks it away. EJ up to Parker. Parker with the finish. Parker Swartz in double figures with 10. And the Cats looking to blow them out here as they're up 19-6, a 13-point lead, biggest of the ball game with 5:22 left in the second quarter. We're going to stay right here. Coach, your thoughts on the opening, let's call it, what do we got, 11 minutes of this ball game.
Well, I've been impressed with how, Greenville has kind of controlled the tempo and, offensively spreading it out, defensively packing it in the lane. But these last couple of minutes of this start of the second quarter, they kind of lost it a little bit there in terms of, turning the ball over and in Northview having some good quality possessions on the offensive end, kind of extended. And that's the thing is Northview has that spurt ability. And they just kind of hang around, then all of a sudden they're up, 13 just like that.
At the 5:22 mark here in the second quarter, Cats lead at 19-6. Parker Swartz with 10, Cam Ryans with 5, EJ Ryans with 4. Only 3 people that have scored for Northview. And for Greenville, only 2 people have scored. Trevor Zamaron with 4 and Marco Fontanella with 2. Cats playing great defense as Greenville having trouble scoring, only 6 points in the first 11 minutes of this ball game. Cats school record defense they're on pace for by a couple per game. They broke it last year at 46. They're at 44 this year. Lefty Fontanella too long with the 15-foot jumper. Didn't draw a rim with it off the board. Cam Ryans comes down with the rebound for the Wildcats. Cam with the push. He gets into the lane. Kicks out Brady. Swings it around Brother Parker. And EJ's going to walk it out, set things up, get reorganized as he does so well. The general, the leader of this team, as he is very good at getting the pace of the game going the way they want it. Another coach on the floor. Cam Ryans with the little 4-foot miss, no good, but I think that's Jake Zerna going to get that tip, if I'm not mistaken. Coach, look and see what they... Yeah, Zerna with that tip in.
That's who they gave it to right there. Nice job crashing the boards.
Cam had a couple tries at it. Parker with the tip, I believe, and then finally, that's Greenville with the missed shot. E.J. Ryans comes away with it. Cats up 15. E.J. another assist inside to Jake Zerna, and the Cats are putting it on the Yellow Jackets right now, 23-6, a 17-point lead. Cats have them nearly quadrupled in score. Only giving up 6 points have the Cats. They come engaged defensively today. There's a 3-ball, needed that. Marco Fontanella knocks down the lefty 3-ball from behind the arc. And a needed 3 right there by the Yellow Jackets. 23-9, 3:27 left in the first half. Come back to the Frames Unlimited halftime report. We'll have a recap of the ball game for you right after the MHSAA message. And we'll have some more shout-outs at halftime. Know a lot of people listening in. Another E.J. Ryans assist. Finds Cam. Cam scores it inside as he does so well. He's got 7.
Boy, he's been a nice spark. The team's kind of gone on him, and EJ making it happen.
Nice job by Parker Swartz not fouling. As inside was Hutchinson, and he put up a wild shot. Good defense by Parker. Cats come away with it. Cam Ryans with the 3-ball at the other end, and the Cats are rolling on all cylinders right now. The second 3-ball hit by Cam. And the Cats have a biggest lead of the ball game, 19, 28-9.
Cam just, just showing everything right here. He's been able to go inside and outside. Just very impressive.
Zerna might have got away with a foul over the back, over Hutchinson, but is knocked away. Cats come away with the turnover. Going back the other way, Cats are going to turn it right back over, get called for a carry in the open court. So Greenville will get the ball back. 2:20 left in the first half, 28-9 Northview. 2 players in double figures for the Cats, Swartz, that's Parker Swartz, and Cam Ryans, who took a while to get going, but once he got it going, he's got it going.
Oh, man, yeah, doing a nice job finding Cam, and he seemed to be in the spark of this second quarter.
They started getting him the basketball. He didn't have many touches in the first 5 minutes of the game. Zamarin probes into the lane. Cam Ryans, nice defense, walls him up. Zamarin missed shot, but an offensive rebound, but now we're going to get a turnover as that ball is turned over by Robinette. EJ in the open court where he is so tough. A tough finish, no call, a lot of contact.
Yeah, could have been the call right there. It should have been an N1.
Fought through the contact and got it off the glass as he gets it up high on the glass, which he does so well. Gives it a chance to go in, and it did. 30-9. Cats up 21. Biggest lead of the ball game. Max Haveman on the guard right there against Hutchinson. We're going to get a call on Haveman. That could have gone either way.
I liked Max's position right there. He looked like he was squared up, and the offensive player lowered his shoulder a little bit. So that's a tough call for Max right there. I thought it was pretty good defense.
Sometimes you get these games where one team is just dominating the other. I'll give it to the team struggling to get some shots off, which Greenville is doing right now. They've played some actually pretty close games for a half. This second game that Greenville played against Northview about a week ago at Greenville, that was a pretty tight ball game most of the way, low scoring game. But the Cats got the offense going tonight. Shot is up, no good by Lindquist. Northview with the rebound. Cam Ryans. EJ gets it up to his brother. And he goes all the way to the basket. He's got to get fouled before he's so tough and strong inside. You got to foul him harder. He's going to get the and one on you. But Cam will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Cam, he has no fear. You talk about competing in the game of basketball, and Cam has some dog in him, man. He just doesn't back down, and he's relentless.
Cam knocks down the first free throw, a 58% free throw shooter on the year. That's one of the things that I'm sure he will be working on in the offseason, gaining some confidence at that free throw line because he gets there a lot. He has been there the most on Northview's team. 88 free throws he has shot this year. He missed the second one. Could up his scoring percentage 4 or 5 points a game, hitting 70% from the line.
He's going to shoot a lot of free throws in his career. He's going to live at the line.
3-ball, step back in and out by Lindquist, no good. As it went over David Snow that just entered the ball game. Cats come back the other way. Thomas leaves his little 4-footer short. Kind of lost control of it. He looked like he had a real good look, elevated over everybody, lost control of it, and couldn't get it to go. Into the lane, trying to draw contact with Hutchinson. He gets the basket to go. They let him play on, no call. So Greenville scores it. It's 31-11. Cats lead it by 20. 27 seconds left in the half. Cam Ryans is going to walk it out to the half-court line. Going to hold for one. Coach Channa calls out a play as David Snow is out with Cam Ryans, who's going to run the show right here. EJ off the floor. Zerna and Haveman and Thomas on the floor with them. Cam gets to Thomas. Thomas 3-ball on the way. Short, no good. David Snow, rebound. Put back, would have counted, but he had to quickly get the shot up. Didn't have much time. Just kind of tossed it up, not really shooting it up because he didn't have the time. Almost got it to go. And that's going to do it here at the half. Northview with a 31-11, 20-point halftime lead. We'll be back with the Fames Unlimited. Thank you, Kyle Zimdar. Halftime report. We'll have some shout-outs for you. We'll recap the scoring right after the MHS AA message. District semifinal here at District 9. Northview leads Greenville 31-11.
Visit the MHSAA website for a list.
We've got records galore in Motown, but not those kind of records, and some competitive cheer championships with razor-thin margins. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid. The individual wrestling finals were held at Ford Field in Detroit over the weekend, and the wrestling record book continues to add to its illustrious list of 4-time winners. Dundee's Braden Davis, Detroit Catholic Central's Dylan Gilcher, and Davis and teammates Josh Barr and Caden Horwath each won for the 4th straight year. The list of 4-time champs now stands at 35. Barr and Horwath, the Davis and teammates, became the first set of teammates to accomplish the feat in the same year. And Dundee's Davis was also a part of 4 wrestling team titles. He's just the 5th wrestler in MHSAA history to win 4 team and 4 individual titles. 3 of the 5 who've accomplished this have wrestled at Dundee. In the girls division, Clio's Chloe Williams pinned her way to a title. She finished the season 32-0, winning all 4 of her matches at Ford Field by pin, to go along with pins in every other match she wrestled in this season. Of her wins at Ford Field over the weekend, none took more than a minute. 70 wrestlers captured individual championships in their respective weight class and division. To read about all of the action from individual wrestling finals, please check out MHSAA.com. Game balls this week go to Heartland gymnast Delaney Gomolka. She was second on bars and balance beam and helping lead Heartland to its 2nd regional gymnastics championship in the last 4 years. And to Saline senior Eli Gray. He was the top diver at the Division I swimming and diving regionals at Novi, posting a score of 375.15.
For high school seniors, the matchup of the year isn't on the field. It's actually online. That's right. When you fill out the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, you could also be eligible for thousands of dollars in additional money from the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Yep, nearly 80% of students who fill out the FAFSA may be eligible. Now that's a matchup we can all root for. Get started today at michigan.gov/achievement. The Michigan Achievement Scholarship. It's a game changer.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
There may be nothing more exciting than overtime hockey in the MHSA playoffs. So what happens in the MHSA ice hockey tournament when a winner cannot be determined after 3 periods? If a game is tied at the end of regulation, sudden victory overtime is played for a maximum of 4 8-minute overtime periods. If someone scores a goal in one of those periods, they win. Game over. But if it's still tied after 4 overtime periods, then a 5th overtime period and any additional overtime periods are played 4 and 4 until a winner is determined. Let's say a team starts the 5th OT with 2 players in the penalty box. Then that period will start 5 on 3 until the penalties expire. Then at the first stoppage, teams revert to 4 on 4.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, go to the MHSAA website now to register. Continuing with our theme of 4-time champions, the Hudson competitive cheer squad made it 4 straight Division IV titles as they easily outpaced the competition at McGurk Arena in Mount Pleasant. Michigan Center was second in D4. In Division I, Rochester edged Rochester Adams by less than a single point to capture its first competitive cheer title since 2017. The final scores after 3 rounds stood at 790.62 for Rochester, 789.72 for Adams. In D2, Gibraltar Carlson won its 12th competitive cheer championship and first since 2019. Allen Park was second. Either Carlson or Allen Park has won the title every year since 2007. And in Division III, Croswell Lexington won its first ever competitive cheer title. The Pioneers had never finished better than 4th until this championship run. Notre Dame Prep was second, Richmond third. It's the first time since 2011 that someone other than those two won the crown in D3. For more on all 4 competitive cheer finals, check out MHSAA.com. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we'll see you next week.
And we are back here at Rockford High School, District 9 semifinal, Northview versus Greenville. Northview with a 20-point lead, 31-11 at the half. And the winner of this game will play the winner of the game following this one, which is Rockford and Lowell. Lowell beating Forest Hills Central Monday night in a good ball game. That game was at Lowell. Let's take a look at the individual scoring in the first half in this ball game. As for Greenville, and they're 11 points they've been held to. Marco Fontanella is their leading scorer with 5. He's hit a 3 ball. Trevor Zamaron with 4, and Ben Hutchinson with 2 for their 11 first half points. For the Northview Wildcats, Jake Zerna with 4, E.J. Ryans with 6, Parker Swartz with 10. He's hit 2 threes. And Cam Ryans, who didn't touch the ball much in the first half of the first quarter, ended up getting the basketball, and he's the leading scorer in the ball game right now with 11 points. He's also knocked down 2 threes. So 11 for Ryans, 10 for Swartz, the only 2 players in this game in double figures. Have some shooting statistics for me there, Coach?
Yeah, and Northview very efficient in that first half. Parker kind of gave the spark that first quarter, then Cam Ryans in the second quarter, along with his brother, who was making things happen and also scoring 4 points. But Northview was nice. They 4 for 7 from 3 for 57% overall. They're 13 for 23 for 57%. On the other hand, Greenville was 5 for 18, shooting 28% against Northview's stifling defense. So with the misses, Northview leading the way on the rebounding, 15-8, and causing Greenville 8 turnovers. So, the stats kind of tell the story there. And ended up a real nice second quarter for Northview to pull away from Greenville there.
Yeah, Northview earlier in the year, first game was played at Northview. Northview won by 26, 70-44. When they played again just a week ago at Greenville, Northview struggled against them, especially scoring. Low-scoring game. Northview won by 13, 41-28. And again, woeful three-point shooting in that ball game. It was 2 of 24 combined, those two teams. Greenville did not hit a three in that game. Northview's on a 17-game win streak versus Greenville. They have not lost since the 2015-16 season 8 years ago. And they got here by beating Forest Hills Northern, did Greenville, 55-54 at Forest Hills Northern on Monday night. Lowell got here by beating Forest Hills Central. And Rockford will be playing Lowell right after this ball game, which we will be giving you some on my Twitter account at MikeDiebold5. I'll give you some updates from quarter to quarter. But right here, it's 31-11. Let's go with some shout-outs here. Todd Johnson, Rick Slater listening in, Ryan Armstrong, Jason Sorokin, Shane Saraki, Donnie Tyndall, I know they all listen in occasionally. Dan Olson. Saw Kyle Zimdar here. He's going to be my analyst with me on Friday. Should know if you hang on to this. Jerry Phillips from Naples, Florida. The Florida crew down there with Dwight Anderson and crew. My daughter Sarah Noel DeLongpre from Stevens Point, Wisconsin listening in. My wife Tammy listens in. And Mark Spatoski, Mike Marsman, Donna Host, Robin Sui and Faust listening in. Joe Norrod vacationing in Florida, hopefully listening into this ball game. Monty Guyton listens in. Mike and Kathy Dode listen in. Sue Koning, I know, get well. She made the trip, but couldn't make it, not feeling well. Hopefully she'll feel better for Friday's ball game. And Art and Sandy Felix in Destin, Florida, listen in quite a bit. You got any shout-outs, Coach?
I don't, not that I know of. I got a lot of family members on the road tonight and, busy doing some things, but...
Starting the second half anyways, as Greenville has the basketball. They're down 20. And they start out with a three, no good by Hutchinson. Back irons it. Thomas comes away with it. Gets it up top. Parker Swartz. They swing it around. Brady Swartz, baseline drive. Gets it to go and gets fouled. Nice start for the Wildcats out of the locker room here at halftime as Brady Swartz gets his first 2 points of the ball game. Nice baseline drive, and he's looking for the old-fashioned and one.
It's good to see Brady get going like that. Struggled a little bit in that first half. But a nice strong take right there on the baseline.
Brady Swartz, a good free throw shooter on the years. He knocks it down as Brady Swartz on the year shooting 74%. With that, probably gets him 75%. Best free throw shooter on the ball club is Brady. 34-11, biggest lead of the ball game. 23 by Northview. Inside, Fontanella gets it to go. Good hands as he was all twisted up. He's got 7 points, doing a nice job for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, he showed his strength right there, kind of dug the ball out in some traffic.
Cam Ryan's inside. Fontanella walls him up. Cam gets a shot partially blocked by him, and away comes Greenville with it. Zamarian in the open court gets his shot blocked by E.J. Ryans, gets it out to Tyron Thomas, who's going to two-hand, we'll say cautiously dunks that one. I've seen Thunderer more.
Yeah, he kind of eased up on that a little bit, a little more finesse than power.
Tyron Thomas with his first 2 points of the ball game. He averages 9 a game, but he comes back, plays good defense, knocks it away, does Thomas. Cats have it. Flat shot by Cam Ryans from the left corner for three, no good. That one didn't have a chance. And away, Greenville with the basketball. Hutchinson probes his way inside and gets the score. Ben Hutchinson, the junior, with his 4th point. 36-15. Inside, Brady Swartz.
Boy, I just love that action right there. Tyron Thomas catches the ball in the low post, kind of short corner. Brady Swartz follows his pass up with a beautiful basket cut, and Tyron did a great job of finding him there.
Nice find by Tyron, coming out playing well here in this second half. Shot is blocked by E.J. again. His second block shot. This time he blocked Hutchinson, and the Cats come away with it. E.J. Gets it over to Parker Swartz. Parker loses control of it. It's going to turn it over as he was driving to the basket. Gets it knocked away from a reach around, and Greenville will have the basketball. Cats with a 23-point lead, 5:40 left in the third quarter. Spin dribble shot is up, left it short. Did Haste, the sophomore. Cam Ryan's in the open court. Parker, 3-ball on the way from the left baseline, no good. And Greenville's Haste comes away with the rebound.
Do you feel this pace is kind of picked up quite a bit this start of the second half?
It has. Zamaron just knocks down the 3. I think Greenville's liking this pace. Northview doesn't mind playing up and down.
I mean, I think Greenville will be living dangerously, but, you're down by 20, and I think Greenville has to pick up the pace.
They do. They cannot limit possessions when you're down 20. You got to up-tempo it, see what happens, get a barrage of threes going. You never know. Mm-hmm. Cats now are going to kind of calm things down offensively and said, let's just set up and we use our size maybe against them inside as they're methodically just walking it back to half court, getting a little breather, saving some legs for Friday night's game. Winner Rockford Lowell right here. Friday night we'll have that game for you. Thomas gets in the lane, shot up and good. Good patience, and the Cats score at the end of it.
Yeah, they ran a set right there. Kind of horns on the top. Horns set up with two Northview guys ready to set a pick for EJ, and ran a little set there and set up Tyron.
4:23, just about halfway through the third quarter. Cats lead it by 22, and Zamaron blows by Thomas. Thomas got a piece of the block, but the shot still went in. Zamaron with 9 points. Parker chose not to shoot a 3, could have. Gets it out to Brady. 3-ball short, no good. Greenville comes away with the rebound. Greenville on the push. Good job by the Cats getting back, stopping the break. 20-point lead. Cats have them doubled up. 40-20. 3:50 left in the third. Thomas reaches in, no call. Knocked away, turnover Greenville. Coast to coast goes Parker Swartz. He gets his first 2 of the second half, 12 on the ball game. And Northview's going to take a quick timeout. Coach Chan has got a lot of timeouts in his pocket. He's going to take one. We're going to take one. 42-20. Northview leads it.
Shane Saraki, Nationwide Insurance. LVC Financial Planning, Ryan Vanderswart. Josh Heating and Cooling, Ryan and Dave. Team IT, Brady and Sam. The Score Restaurant, Mike Marsman of Treadstone Mortgage. Ken Jansen of Lake Michigan Credit Union. Michelle Berger of Berger Realty. Mary Schoen of Greenridge Realty. Lake Michigan Credit Union. Angela Davis Brown Salon, Cutting Edge Builders, Tool Construction, Quality Express Car Care Center, Lindy Tanis of Tanis Home GR, Legend Signs, Flo's Pizza, Jones Construction, Christian Koff Fundraising, Plume Service Company, Shannon Swartz of Pure Point Mortgage, Woodland Airstream, and Straight Line Fence.
Cats lead it by 22. Zamaron just gets the ball, puts up a 3. Doesn't get it to go. Cats come away with it, but Brady Swartz is going to turn it over at the other end. Going the other way is Greenville. Shot is missed by Clements on a reverse layup, but he's going to come back with his own rebound. Greenville will look to set up. 42-20, 3:13 left in the third quarter. Cam Ryan's Clements, a step back, barely drew some rim. Well defended by Cam, and EJ gets the rebound. EJ with the push is going to go coast to coast. They're going to say he was fouled before he got the shot up. So Northview will be taking the ball out of bounds. Braylon Haste, his first foul. Got the second team foul on Greenville. Northview has not fouled in this third quarter. Northview out of bounds play, get it to Thomas. EJ, they duck in, misses Erna inside, could have got him the ball, chose not to. Cam shuffle cut, gets it, gets the little 6-foot floater. Cam Ryans with 13, leading scorer in the ball game. 44-20, Cats lead it. 2:40 left in the third quarter. 3-ball on the way by Greenville, no good. Robinette wide right on that one. Brady Swartz with the rebound, push to Cam. Cam, nice find to Brady, cutting to the basket. Brady shot faked, and they're going to say on the floor as he kind of jumped on his back, did Robinette. So Brady didn't want to cause any casualties. That could have been a hard fall. Actually, they said he was in the act of shooting. They said on the floor at first. But Brady is going to go to the free throw line. Got the free throw. Swartz with 6 points, 2 or 2 at the free throw line. Mentioned best free throw shooter, the sophomore for Northview, 76% at the line. Biggest lead of the ball game is now 26 as Brady Swartz knocks down both free throws. Cats lead at 46-20, 2:22 left in the third quarter. Cats should be able to rest some legs here in the fourth quarter with the big lead. Let some reserves play in a district basketball game. Quite often you get close games and your reserves don't get a chance to play in districts.
Yeah, and it's hard to tell, as a coach, because it's a district game and it's hard to pull that trigger to pull your main playing group out because you just never know. But hopefully we'll get a chance to get some guys in this fourth quarter coming up and get some legs resting for a big game on Friday.
Samaran with a 4-foot miss, but is knocked out of bounds, and they'll get the ball underneath their own basket. Greenville breaks down Northview with their man defense. Clements with the layup doesn't get it to go as Cam Ryans fouled him because he had a pretty easy one. So Clements is going to have to earn it at the free throw line, where he has not scored today. The junior, Caleb, the lefty, knocks it down. Got a couple lefties, does Greenville. His first points of the ball game, scored 7 in the first game against Northview, 6 in the second game at Greenville. One of their leading scorers when you take the two games combined, Caleb Clements. He's knocked down both free throws. He's got 2 points in the ball game. 2:04 left in the third. And we're going to get a timeout called. As Greenville, Coach Joel Viss is going to take that timeout. We're going to stay right here. So you got some more shout-outs here. As Andy and Laura Vanderwerf listen in quite often. Karen Wagner. Steve Massey from Livonia, Michigan. Tim Paulcheski listens in quite often. Kathy Snow listens in. And again, Sue Kenny, I know, listening in. Doug and Sandy Davis. Tim Cruisingo listening in. Kathy Lewis. Stephanie and Jeff Hoy listen in. Got a lot of listeners here. I see a lot of people mentioned Eric Kind, a former player here at the ball game. Steve Sharphorn, as well as Jim Rex, former teachers here at the ball game across the way. Cats will have it against a 2-1-2, three-quarter court, full court press by Greenville. Trying to turn the Cats over, which is not going to be easy to do. Thomas breaks it down, gets all the way to the basket with the layup. Tyron Thomas with 6 points. Got a 26-point lead by the Wildcats with 1:40 left in the third. Cats dominating in this ball game. Last time these two teams played 7 days ago, it wasn't such a domination. Zamaron knocks down. He's in double figures now with 11. Kisses it off the glass from about 8 feet out on the left wing. Thomas gets raked over the hand. Nice job getting it to him inside. He's going up. He'll be going to the free throw line to shoot 2, where Thomas is a 64% free throw shooter on the year.
It's nice to see Tyron getting going this third quarter. He was relatively quiet in the first half, and getting him some touches this quarter. And I like, different guys stepping up each quarter.
Thomas knocks down the free throw. He's got 7. Balanced scoring, as Northview usually does. They don't have one player that will light it up for 24, a game, or, every other game getting the 20s. They very rarely have players that get in the 20s. Some have, though, but not very often. It's more by committee this year by Northview. As Thomas knocks down the second free throw, Cats lead it, biggest lead of the game by 26, 50-24. Rockford Lowell coming up right after this one. If you're looking to listen to that game, we're not going to be broadcasting that game. I know Michigan Sports Radio across the way will have that game for you if you want to listen to that one. Turnover by Zamaron. Cam Ryans, crossover dribble, reverse layup, nifty move. He scores it. Cam with 15. Wouldn't be surprised to see some wholesale changes here in this fourth quarter. Maybe play a minute of the fourth quarter and get some players
a couple
out.
minutes, and then he'll probably clear the bench at that time. And
Can always get them back in if they're making a run, but like you say, you lose that momentum. You just never know. Lindquist is going to get fouled as he dribble penetrated, broke down the defense. Nice job by the freshman. Very young team, these Yellow Jackets. They'll be making some noise next year.
Oh, they will. They
program
will.
on the rise.
Yeah, they struggled the last few years, and some good, strong young players. And even at the freshman and JV level, they had solid players, solid teams. So it does look bright for Greenville.
The Ryans brothers and Thomas out of the ball game. Max Haveman in, Zerna in, David Snow back in. Zamaron knocks down a little 12-footer. He's got 13. He's heating it up, as he can do. 3-year varsity player for Greenville. 52-26, 15 seconds left in the third. David Snow going to just hold it outside. High pick and roll. Gets it over to Parker. Parker's going to let a 3 fly with 5 seconds left. Knocks it down. Parker shot a little earlier, but it goes down. His third 3 of the ball game. He's got 15. And the Cats are going to take a 55-26 29-point lead by the Wildcats after 3. We'll be right back.
Nationwide Insurance. Call Northview grad Shane Saraki for all your Team IT provides computer repair, IT services, networking, and more to the Grand Rapids area. They are located at 5234 Plainfield Avenue, Suite B. Contact owners Sam and Brady, DU grads, at 616-591-3139 for all your business and residential computer needs. Stop in or call Team IT for a free diagnostic test.
Sorry about the little disconnection there, as we got some wonky Wi-Fi, as I call it here. You get these bigger arenas, these big games, people on their phones, and later in the game, sometimes the connection can kind of skip out on you. Just hang with it. It usually comes back. But we're looking good on air right now as the Cats have the basketball in a 55-26 lead with 7:30 left. Brady Swartz gets up to the basket. He's going to get fouled by Greenville. That foul is on Marco Fontanella. His 4th personal foul. Marco's 4th. Team's 5th. Northview with only 2 team fouls in this half. Parker Swartz misses the first free throw. Parker on the year, 52% free throw shooter.
As it often does in the tournament, close games, comes down to free throw shooting. So, that's a real important factor, Northview moving forward.
Shooting them pretty well today. Parker knocked down that second one. He's got 16. Cats lead it by 30, 56-26, biggest lead of the ball game. Got a couple starters still in there, as Cam, the Ryans brothers are in there, as well as Brady Swartz. Zamaron heating it up. He's got 15. He just knocked down a little layup from 4 feet out. And Zerna is going to get called for a travel as he shot faked underneath as they got the ball up ahead to him in a break. Shot faked and shuffled his feet, got called for the travel. 56-28. Greenville with the basketball. 6:55 left in the ball game. Inside Zamaron. Nice find by Clements. Zamaron with the easy layup. Zamaron with 17, having himself a nice ball game. The junior 3-year varsity player for Greenville. Be one of the better players in the league next year. E.J. Ryans now with the basketball. Cam. Left wing, Max Haven's going to try to set a pick for him. Zerna almost got the ball stolen. Brady Swartz, a long 3, got that one to go. Brady sticking with it, knocks down the 3 ball. He's in double figures all of a sudden with 10.
Yeah, he's played a nice second half.
Quiet 10.
Good to see him going, and the Swartz brothers, with that 3, so important moving along in the tournament.
Cats have hit 6 threes in this ball game, and Greenville only 2. Going to get a foul on Cam Ryans. Going to the free throw line for Greenville is going to be Ben Hutchinson, as he was driving the lane, was in the act of shooting when he got fouled. 5:59 left in the ball game. We're going to probably not even break away at the end of this ball game. We won't have interviews because we're way up around the ball area, and so we won't be having any interviews after the game. So we'll just quickly recap so we don't get knocked off, as we got wonky once on us here. Saw some flashing lights. Hutchinson knocks down the free throw. He's got 5, 59-31. E.J. Ryans, top of the key. Dribbling around. Probably won't have too many more minutes left in this game. E.J.'s going to get a shot up. No good. Over the back's going to be Max Haven. He's down on the ground. Might have got an ankle tweak right there as he hops up limping a little bit. Shaking it off, though, and walking okay.
It's a nice hustle play. I like the offensive aggressiveness and going to those boards for Max right there. So don't mind those types of fouls.
Lindquist comes out of the ball game for Greenville. Northview still with 3 starters in the ball game with 5:25 left in the ball game. Haveman going to get the foul called on him. Nice job by Ben Hutchinson creating contact. He'll go to the free throw line again.
It's a little bit of contact down low. You know, I think Max got to do a little better job beating him to the spot and squaring him up. Doesn't pick up the foul then.
Hutchinson knocks down another free throw. Haveman just got a little talking to over by Coach Channa. Back into the game. Into the ball game for Greenville, Jackson Ingalls, the sophomore. Free throw is no good by Hutchinson, but there with the rebound is Zamaron, still battling hard. He gets the baseline drive, shot up. He's going to go to the free throw line after Max Haveman fouled him. Zamaron will be looking to shoot a couple at the line.
That one, the 2 previous fouls, I think were good calls with Max, but that one right there, I don't know what else you can do. He's standing there with his hands straight up. The official said he came down a little bit, but that's pretty good defense by Max right there.
Trevor misses the first free throw. He's had games of 5 points against Northview in the first game at Northview, and then at Greenville a week ago he had 8. Trevor knocks down the second free throw. He's got 18. Highest points he's had this year against Northview. He had 18 against them last year. Northview playing around with the basketball up top.
Looking to spread it out, good ball movement, and they'll attack. You know, once they see an opening, you know, they're not in a full-out stall over here, but just spreading out Greenville and dictating what's going on.
I said Zamaron had 18 last year against Northview. Check that. He had 28 against Northview last year. I remember he was lighting it up in that game.
Wow, that's impressive.
Had a bunch of threes, especially at the time he was a sophomore. Against a good defense, a school record-setting defense last year in Northview, and they're breaking it this year. Northview will have the basketball underneath. E.J. Ryans is coming out of the ball game now as David Snow enters. You got Haveman and Snow, Cam Ryans, the freshman, Zerna, and Brady Swartz, the sophomore, in for Northview. 4:30 left in the ball game. Cats lead it by 26. Nice to have one of these games, get everybody a chance to play, come away to save some legs for your starters, which Northview logs a lot of minutes with their top 5 starting players in the season. Cam, pull-up jumper from 15 is no good. Rebound, Greenville. Zamaron stops, pops from behind the arc, no good. Brady Swartz could have grabbed the ball, lets it go out, and it's going to go out of bounds. Northview will have it. Halfway through exactly the fourth quarter, Cats lead it by 26, 59-33.
You know, Coach, you were, you want to go to a commercial there or stay right here?
Oh, that's okay. We can stay right here.
You know, I was just thinking, with Northview's defense this year is quite impressive, being better than last year's defense, because I think with the schedule that Northview played this year with some of the quality teams, especially on the east side of the state and team from Chicago, along with, I think overall the league is stronger this year offensively, that we had some pretty weak teams offensively last year. So I think that's even more impressive that, the defense that this team has played this year.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. 59-33, Cats lead it by 26. And again, stay right here for the Jerash Heating and Cooling post-game show. We're not going to break away. We will quickly recap the scoring for you and talk about the next opponents coming up here. And we'll sign off. And that way you can get to another basketball game. I know the Rockford-Lowell game you can see on the NFHS network, I know. Also, I believe Michigan Sports Radio. Brock Conkle will be carrying the game for you over on Michigan Sports Radio. You can tune into that one. But come listen to us Friday. We'll have the most likely Rockford versus Northview finals game, but Lowell's played Giant Killers a few times this year, so don't take them lightly. They got some competitive kids that like to play.
Yeah, that should be a great game, this next game, and Rockford's definitely got to be favored, but Lowell's capable of beating them. Lowell beat Northview at Northview.
Cats taking the air out of the basketball a little bit, not just looking to score too much. Cam Ryan's now high pick and roll with Haveman. He's going to break the defense down, gets in the lane, gets all the way to the basket, taking an extra step, but let that Euro one go.
Yeah, we'll just call that a little bit longer step, not an extra step there.
He went a long ways with a few steps. He's got some long strides. Zamarin, 3-ball in and out. He's had a couple halfway down, rim and in and out, and Cam Ryan's with the rebound. Time to get Cam out of the ball game, Coach. Don't want to sprain ankle here under 3 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. Along with Brady Swartz is still in there too. It'd be nice to see them.
It's easy to coach from up here.
Oh, it is. It is.
Got all the answers from up here. Cam swings around right side. Snow to Haveman now. Back handoff to Snow. Cats playing around. 2:25 left. Haveman now is going to get trapped. Gets it back out to David Snow. Zerna over to Cam Ryans. Cam dribble between his legs. Cats just running some clock, getting this game over with. Brady's going to break the defense down, lull him to sleep, drives all the way to the basket, and scores it. Brady Swartz with 12 points. Going to get a foul by Cam. I think he kind of intentionally fouled to get out of the game.
Yep, I think he saw the guys sitting at the bench and or at the scorer's table and wanted to get them in too. So that's get these guys in here.
So that's a good point. The kids were at the scorer's table, but Northview being patient with the offense, doing what you should do, run some clock off, and Greenville wasn't fouling. So smart play, unselfish play by Cam right there. Do a quick foul, get the kids into play. And we'll get those names for you as Zamarin knocks down a free throw. He's got 19. He's looking for 20 if he can knock this second one down. Into the ball game for the Cats, Alex Armstrong is in, as is Josh Torres. Zamarin knocks them both down. He's got 20, leading scorer in this ball game. Brady Swartz, the only starter still left in the game, but of all the starters, he's the one that gets the least playing time. You want to get him some extra moments in districts, get used to the settings, because he's got a couple more years he's got to play in them.
Yep, we got the freshman in there, Jack Van Pruin. It's got to be exciting for him as his first varsity experience.
Yeah, a couple JV players being brought up. Jack Van Pruin gets into the ball game. I think on the bench, if I'm not mistaken, it might have been Johnson. Tyrus Thomas, Tyron's brother. Tyrus was also, they've been going on for a long time, way back when I was coaching. You bring some JV players up, just give them the experience, no intentions of really playing them, but just giving them those experiences. Brady Swartz goes to the free throw line, knocks down the first free throw. He's got 13.
Yeah, Coach, there's always something about, gaining that experience. There's a different feel, tournament time, and have them go through that. So in the future, they've been through it before, and just a real valuable experience to have those young guys, take part.
Brady Swartz knocks them both down. He's trying to get that free throw average up towards the 80 percentile, as he is the best free throw shooter on the Wildcats is Brady, the sophomore. Such a weapon, especially if you can get to that free throw line often. It is such a weapon to have. Brady does a nice job walling up Fontanella, and he misses the shot. Brady Swartz look ahead to David Snow, and the Northview crowd goes crazy underneath the basket right there as David Snow gets his first 2 points of the ball game. Just over a minute left, 67-35 Northview. Into the ball game, Nick Earls with a quick score for Greenville.
And you got to love that for these guys coming in and getting that bucket, and he works so hard.
And Pruin with the basketball off the JV team. Gets it over now to Armstrong. Mark Armstrong's son, former player of mine. Armstrong, shot no good, just short. 17-footer from straight on, just a little short. 30 seconds left in the ball game. Cats by 30. 3-ball on the way. Hits every inch in the rim and goes in by Hutchinson. And he scores it. And a quick timeout by Coach Joel Visser. This is when maybe people go, well, why are you calling timeout? 22 seconds left, 27 seconds. Trying to get some kids into the ball game, just a quick substitution pattern. So they didn't even take the timeout, really. They just get some extra players into the game as Nick Eagles into the ball game. Sully Witt, sophomore, into the ball game for the first time for the Jackets. 67-40, 15 seconds left in the ball game. Again, we're not going to break away. We'll recap this quickly for you as I want to make sure we can save this recording. So, Coach, if you don't have to do the stats, if you don't want to, you might not have time, but we'll get your final thoughts on this. As going up strong, Alex Armstrong. Check that. That's Josh Torres going to be going to the free throw line to shoot 2. Number 22, the junior. He is 2 for 2 at the free throw line this year. He's the leading free throw shooter for Northview right now. Got it. He is 3 for 3 at the year at the free throw line. His first point of the ball game. Brady Swartz will be ahead of him if he misses this free throw. He'll be at 75%. Knocks it down. Perfect for the year. Josh Torres. And that's going to do it. And Northview is going to win it 69-40, a big 29-point win. Cats will be playing in the finals Friday at 7. We'll have that game for you, 6:30 p.m. pregame show, and we'll have all the action for you live here on Friday night. Let's go over the individual scoring for you in this ball game. For Greenville and their 40 points, Marco Fontanella with 7, Ben Hutchinson with 9, Nick Earls with 2, Caleb Clements with 2. For the Northview, high point man is Trevor Zamaron. He's a high point man in the ball game too. He had 16 second half points as he only had 4 at the half. What a nice second half for Trevor. For the victorious Northview Wildcats, Jake Zerno with 4. Tyron Thomas with 8. E.J. Ryans with 6. Brady Swartz with 14. Parker Swartz with 16. David Snow with 2. Josh Torres with 2. High point man for the Wildcats, Cam Ryans, 17 points in this ball game, the leading scorer. Team IT player of the game. Man, that's a tough one. We're gonna give it to a couple. Cam Ryans and Parker Swartz, the 2 leading scorers. We're gonna have to have them share it. Brady Swartz right up there with 14 points. Had a rough start, but had a very good second half. Scores all 14 of his in the second half. Coach, final thoughts on this ball game tonight?
Well, I think that was a great game for Northview right there, and getting different guys going for Northview. First quarter was Parker Swartz. Second quarter was Cam Ryans. Third quarter we saw Tyron pick it up, and EJ, just solid, steady all the way through the whole game, orchestrating everything. So that was good to see. And Northview 6 for 12 from 3. as we talked about, before the game, that outside shooting is going to be so important throughout this tournament for Northview. To open up other things as part of that, and the stifling defense from Northview was just superb. But it's a very interesting matchup here with Rockford and Lowell. We know Lowell has the potential to pull the upset. It's going to be very tough to beat Rockford here at home. But looking ahead to Friday, if it is a Rockford matchup, being here at Rockford, I know that from the early 2000s when Rockford had really solid teams, won the state championship in 2003. They had some great matchups in district finals right here with Forest Hills Central. And I remember Ken George talking about, this place was full, and this is a big gym, and he said it was just stifling in terms of the crowd that Rockford had. So if it is Rockford, Northview's going to have the work cut out for them on Friday. They're going to have to play a really good game, but I think they'll be up to the task. It should be a great game, and like where they're at right now, Coach.
All right, and like you mentioned, this is a tough venue. Teams usually don't shoot very well. Northview did a pretty good job shooting it today because they have not played in this gym very often in school history. So it'll be a tough go on Friday night, and we will have that game for you. And, Coach, I appreciate, just in case Northview gets knocked off here in the next couple of games, I appreciate you helping me out this year. You always do an excellent job as a color analyst, and should they make a run, into the past regionals or whatever, maybe we can get you back here again this year.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. I just love doing it, love Northview, and love what you do for, Northview basketball here, and giving us a chance for a lot of people to tune in and continue to be a part of Northview basketball. And I really hope to see you again. That means we're going away. So
absolutely. I hope so,
appreciate
too.
it.
Thanks, Coach. With the win, Northview goes to 18-4, and Greenville ends their season at 7-17. The only senior playing their last ball game was that Marco Fontanella for Greenville. Good luck with him. But we're going to see all these Greenville Yellow Jackets next year, and they put on a fine showing this year, and I think they're going to be a tough basketball team next year. I'd like to thank AD Pat Marsman and Mike Frank for their help accommodating these broadcasts this year. Also, Assistant AD at Rockford, Nick Davis, for his help and hospitalities for these broadcasts for this tournament. Our next broadcast will be Friday at Rockford. And the pregame show airs at 6:30 p.m. Look for the link on the Northview Wildcats broadcast Facebook page and on my Twitter feed at Mike Diebold 5. So from Rockford High School, this is Mike Diebold along with Mike Kaputska. We thank you for listening to Northview Basketball on the Northview Wildcat Broadcast YouTube channel. Once again, the final score here tonight was Northview 69, Greenville 40. Everyone listening in tonight, I hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Have a great evening. Stay safe and healthy, and we'll see you Friday. So long, everybody. And as always, go Wildcats. Northview back-to-back OK White champions, looking Friday to add back-to-back district titles. This Friday, we'll have it for you. Good night, everybody.